want to say too.
Watch your finger. Get.
Hey everyone, and welcome to QTVC Live. My name is Julia Arredondo, and we are recording episode 1 of our 3-episode collaborative with the Lender Institute for American Art. This collaboration focuses on Maine regional artists. So we are here in Madison, Maine at the Somerset Community TV Station. This is such a throwback vibe, but we're super happy to be here. Super excited, number one, also to be here with Veronica Perez, fantastic multidisciplinary artist, but also an ex-roommate of mine. Veronica, how's it going today? How are you?
It's good. I'm doing great today. How are you?
Good, good. We just ate pizza.
Yes.
Let's jump into it, y'all. We've got 6 original works of art by Veronica Perez. We're going to talk a little more about Veronica's trajectory, about the narratives behind the work, but let's get into it. What do we have? What are these 6 pieces of art?
Sure. So these are some, I guess you would call them sketches for larger sculptures that I make. And so this first one is created out of thick yarn. And it was crocheted together with a smaller crochet hook to get these really tight, crochets so the vase stands upright. This one was made in 2021, and I don't usually title my pieces, so everything is untitled. And the date of this one would be like early winter 2021. So the next piece that I have right here is and it could be like a tapestry or a rug. And you suggested using it as a prayer rug. But this piece was created in 2021, I believe I would say. And I have a similar piece to this hanging in the CMCA right now.
What's the price on it?
The price I think is $175.
Perfect.
And so the next piece we have right here is Mary. This piece was created in winter 2022, so this year. She's made out of highly durable concrete, artificial hair, and you can place her in your garden or something like that. She was created in, like I said, early winter 2022.
I love this piece. Absolutely.
Thank you.
When I saw this piece, I was like, yes, we need this on the show.
That's very kind. No, go ahead. Then these were 2 pieces that I made in early 2018. They're both made out of concrete with found objects embedded on the inside of them. And the set for this is $175.
So these 2 come together?
These 2 come together. And these are more like tabletop pieces, if you will, like sitting on a table. I mean, this one could be hanging up or something like that.
We'll talk about that in a second. But this one, I didn't know this one was going to be on the show today. So I was like, should I buy that before it's available on the market? Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then this last one is a braided artificial hair, crocheted again. I braided the hair into a very long rope, crocheted it up, and I have a plant in here because I was always thinking of maybe I'll put like a little artificial plant in here because plants have roots, hair has roots, and I like wordplay.
And what's the price on that one?
Oh, and the price on this one is, I believe, $100.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that. Veronica, can you tell us how you got into sculpture as a medium and when hair became such a big part of your practice?
Well, for me, sculpture kind of oh, you need to go potty? All right, let's go potty.
Bye. We're going to take a quick break in the segment to visit Veronica in their new studio in Biddeford. We'll be right back.
I moved from the studio in Waterville to the studio in Biddeford, Maine, in the Engine building. This is like the 2nd week I've been in here. And I think what makes a studio space is when you come into the space, it's completely yours. Like when I was setting it up with my partner, they were talking about doing all this stuff. And I was like, that's not what I want though. I need a desk, I need storage space, and then I need an open space. That's how I work the best is having places I can see all of my stuff, having a place I can write, but also having walls and a space where I can spread the work out and look at it after I'm done making. A typical day in the studio probably starts with, I have to get coffee, which is so basic to say, but I need it to function. And then I think in the mornings when I get to the studio, I like to write because that's the time when my mind is firing on all circuits. It's a really productive time being able to write in the same place that you make because you're looking directly at the work You know the emotions that you're feeling when you're making the work. And then when I'm like making in the studio, this place doesn't look like this. Like right now it's very clean, but the space becomes so overwhelmed with materials and feeling and emotion that the space kind of closes in on itself and becomes like an installation. The show at CMCA is titled Voices Whispering, and it focuses on the work that I've been making since May of 2021. The exhibition at the CMCA has, I think, 6 sculptures that I created while I was at the Lunder Institute, and most of the sculptures are all made of artificial hair. I really wanted to focus on the colors black and brown and really isolate those 2 colors to show the beauty and grace in them. I got pregnant when I was in a residency. Penny, in so many ways, they're, you know, when they're in the studio with me, they kind of like teach me to take care of myself. You know, I have to feed my child. I have to give them water. I have to take them outside. I obviously can't keep them in the studio all day. So having a kid in the studio has been really helpful for me, kind of creating boundaries in the day where I just have to be with them and like focus on them. And so it's nice to be able to break for a lunch. It's nice to be able to break to go to the park.
Veronica, can you tell us about what it means to sell work as a sculpture artist? Thank you.
To sell work as like a sculpture artist it's kind of difficult because you have to find people that kind of have the same taste as you. And I mean, we're all artists, we're all weird. If, you know, if you're in this world, you like weird things, and I make weird things.
Love weird things.
But I really don't sell a lot of my work. A lot of the money that I do make from being an artist comes from grants and residencies and fellowships and stuff like that. So it doesn't come from selling a lot of sculpture, and I think that's what a lot of sculpture artists find. I mean, for myself at least, I can't speak for everyone else.
So I'm curious, like, what this vessel acts as sort of like a planter hugger.
Mm-hmm.
This vessel is like surprisingly sturdy. It's very soft. What would you suggest that people should they put something inside of here?
Hey baby, you could put stuff inside of here. You could put yarn. You could put like very soft things, socks and underwear. Hey Penny Pie, what would you put in here?
Yeah,
I would put toys in here.
Toys. So you could put toys in here. That's a good thing for kids because it is very soft and you know it's very protective.
yeah.
But I mean, also just like as an object, if you wanted to use it as a utilitarian thing, that's great. But also just as an object is really nice too.
What do you think about these pieces?
What do you think about these?
Mom, I wanted to hold.
I know you want to hold it. Everyone wants to hold this one. See, this is the hot selling ticket for today. Here, go ahead, hold the birdie.
Yay!
I think you want to sit on his chair.
Okay, we'll go sit on the chair.
Look, he's watching us.
Oh,
Nice.
Great audience. We have a great audience.
I didn't know you had a studio audience. Now I'm very nervous.
Right on. Okay, so we've got 6 individual pieces. Can we do the quick price rundown really quick? This one was
200.
This one is
175.
175.
250.
One of my favorite pieces is, by the way, like sorry.
Thank you so much. Pieces.
Yeah, when Veronica showed me pictures of this piece, I was just like totally aghast
Look, this
because I hadn't
is
seen this one
real
before. Okay, wait, yay! We've got hair tie.
Hair ties. We got hair. This one was 100.
This is fantastic. I mean, like I said, I think this is a great living room conversation starter. If you're an entertainer, this will definitely start some conversations.
Yeah.
Then we've got the diptych, half of which is sitting across from us as a
Being
audience.
the audience
Now
member,
we-
yes.
But with this rosary embedded in there.
done?
Not yet, but maybe about 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes and we'll go play on the playground. Yeah, I don't usually see sculptures as diptychs. How did that come about?
I think it's just because it's all about the same body of work and it kind of like all references the same thing is why I called it a diptych.
Okay.
There was like a couple other pieces in the series as well, but these two just felt connected in some way of like, I'm staring, if people are wondering what I'm looking at, I'm staring at the other bird sculpture, which Penny has put lovingly in the audience for us. But I don't know, for some reason they just felt like they would be married together.
Yeah, I think they're just like, they're ephemeral, but they're so heavy. I don't know how to explain it. How can sculptures be ephemeral in this way?
And I'm really glad you say that because I try to work with a lot of ephemerality, even though I work with like really concrete materials at the same time. I want the emotions to come through.
And they do very much so. As we're wrapping up this episode, where can we see your work next? What's in the works for you? I know you're in a residency at the beginning of the year.
So next year I'll be starting a residency at the University of Southern Maine, which will focus on a lot of the same themes that I'm working on in my work.
Cool.
And then in the interim between then, I'm working at Indigo Arts Alliance as a, office person.
As admin.
Admin office person that does stuff, yes. And then I'm also designing 2 exhibits for the Children's Museum in Waterville.
So cool.
So that'll be really cool too.
Thank you so much again for making time.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you and Penny in this.
Yeah. Stealing the show over here.
Yeah, always steals the show. But folks, thanks again for joining us. This is QTVC Live. We are in collaboration with the Lender Institute for American Art. We'll catch you next time. You want to say bye to the camera?
Bye.
Bye.